Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Dr. Pablo here from Atlantis Health Retreat. I hope everything's going extremely well for you today. I'm running late. I spilled my coffee all over myself. So, keep that one up there. I want to show you a video. I'm working out how to show you a little. It's just a little. Plus a video. Maybe here I can do it. Let me see if this works. You can't see what I'm moving around, everyone, but let's see if we can get this to work. Here we go, fingers crossed. Okay. One of the questions I get, you all know what that is, that's sperm and an egg. Alive, I don't know whether it's a real image or animation, but not important. Why am I showing you that? What is the importance of that? I'm going to play again. I'll drop it there again, see what happens. There you go. So the reason I'm showing you that is really important to understand why some tumors go, some don't. You have an immune system, and if they're fighting 1 centimeter, for example, 1 centimeter of cancer, you only have so many macrophage. And in this case, I couldn't get a video of macrophage, so I got a video of sperm. So just imagine them as another part of your body. Inside your blood, you have what's called macrophage. They're your immune system. And they're surrounding this problem, in this case, the egg, replace that with a tumor. They're surrounding that and trying to eliminate it, attack it, and eat it, destroy it. All of your therapies are doing that, and the macrophage are trying to eat it. What happens is that the bigger it grows, the less amount of area the sperm can cover. As a result, the bigger it grows, the harder it is to get rid of. So people tell me I've got 10 small spots. It's much easier 10 small spots than 3 large spots. So that's a little thing that I wanted to try to show you visually. The importance of understanding that if you have a 1 inch circle, for example, we'll go to my default screen now. If you have a 1 inch, disappear. Hey, I'm back. Hello again. So if you have a 1 inch, 1 centimeter, any size circle, and the tumor is being attacked by your macrophage, it's pretty easy to encapsulate that and start to eat it. But every centimeter, so 1 centimeter to 2 centimeters, the area around is more than double. And so 4 centimeters is more than 4 times the amount of area on the outside of that circle. This is really important to understand. So the reason when we're working with you here, we choose the most dangerous tumor. All tumors are dangerous? No. Some tumors are just a healing crisis, perhaps located in your liver, away from your bile duct, does no harm, you don't even know that you have it. You may have elevated enzymes in your liver, but they're not a problem. The tumor, however, growing where your bile duct is, growing on the side, and it pushes into the duct, it's going to block the duct. Your waste product cannot be eliminated, and this is a serious problem. You may have a lung tumor. It's inside your lung, it's affecting your breathing. Apart from that, it's not life-threatening. However, if it grows too big, it will become life-threatening. So that's number one. Understanding the size of the tumor does affect outcomes, or how quickly we can get rid of it. Smaller ones, naturally, they're going to disappear much sooner because they have 1,000 macrophages, as in that example. I'll show you one more time for those that are late and just tuned in. So as you can see there, pretend that's a tumor, not an egg, and pretend that's not sperm and it's macrophage. The macrophage are trying to eat into the tumor and kill it. And if you the bigger the tumor, you have you can't have 10 times more macrophage in your body. That's impossible. The amount of macrophage you have is restricted. Everyone has a similar number of macrophage. And when we give you GcMAF, we strengthen your macrophage. We wake up the sleeping macrophage that were put to sleep from nagalase, which is a chemical given up by the tumor. And so they wake up, they start to eat into the problem areas, and they will choose what they think is the biggest problem. And the biggest problem is you're full of toxins. So first they're going to be working a little bit everywhere, and then they're going to say, oh, you've got a tumor here, and they'll start working on that tumor. This is my honest belief, and this is what I've seen, and I think it's important for everyone to understand that. Okay, get back to that one. Oh, getting good at this thing. Who knows, in another year or two, I might have it completely mastered. Okay, so as the tumor grows, your macrophage can encapsulate it and eat it when it's small. As it's bigger, it's a bigger challenge, and that's why people say, why don't you just do GcMAF? Well, if you walked into my clinic today with a small little lump in your breast, I would say, let's inject it and see what happens in 7 days. If in 7 days it hasn't changed or moved or gotten smaller, then you need to hit it with more. At the same time, you need to take some product that will stop it from metastasizing, and we have those products. And also in the home program, they're available. And injecting local, you can do it at home. So if you just have a small lump, you don't inject into the tumor, you inject around it with a small tiny diabetic needle. To wait 1 or 2 weeks is not life-threatening. You wait more than a month to get in to see the doctor in most cases. It's one of the most common things when people come here. I say, I want a blood test. It's done now. You'll have the results tomorrow. I want an X-ray. It's done now. Not in a week, not in 2 weeks. It's done now. You want a CT scan. It's done today. If you need contrast, you start drinking the contrast. 3 o'clock in the morning, we'll have the scan done. 6, 7 o'clock, we have the results that afternoon or the following morning. Delays are not acceptable. It's not wanted, it's not needed, and your delays are the reason most people do not make it. The delay in number one, decision making, and number two, in the system. That is why people fail. That is the number one reason people fail. The biggest other error that is a mistake made by the medical system, which is unquestionable, you don't have to be Einstein to understand this, is that they focus on your area of symptom. You got a lump in the breast, they'll only check the breast. Do you understand what the problem is with that? That if you have a symptom that's potentially a cancer, yes, it looks, we do a biopsy, come back 2 weeks later, time's going past, the lump's getting bigger, or when they biopsied it, caused it to spread, you've got all this lump growing. We need to do a CT scan. They do a CT scan of only the breast. Oh, there's a few little lumps there. You need to come back. We need to do another one of your torso. And then after you die of a brain tumor, because nobody ever checked that. So when you're getting a scan, make sure, it's quite simple. You have a problem somewhere that you know that you've had, and all of a sudden you have a headache, you have a sore stomach, you have pain in the hips. Get them to scan your whole body so you know what is going on. It's 3 times the price but you're going to have to do it somewhere along the line. So in the long run, it saves the whole medical system a lot of money. That this is the deck of cards you're dealt with today. This is what I have. Now I can make a plan based on all of the facts, because I'm sure you would agree, if you've got a 1 centimeter lump or whatever the size, bigger or smaller in the breast, and it's spread to your liver and in your bones and in your spine and in your brain, it affects what you choose to do. Then if you only have the one lump, surgery may be an option, may be a good option. But if it's metastasized, they have no success in metastasized cancer of long-term survival. So that is something you need to question them. You need to ask for the details of the research on what they're planning to use for you, and certainly research our research. It's priceless. And choose a path while you're strong. Don't wait until you're weak to come and have therapies done. Get things done as soon as possible. Remember, there's a fire in your house when you've got cancer. It's the same as a fire in the back corner of your house. The house still looks like a house from the front. Doesn't mean there's no fire. But you know you have to act now to get out that fire. You can't wait. And a tumor is the same. You need to act with so much urgency. Like you need answers today. If you can't get them where you are, get overseas and let's get something started quickly, because the delays are unquestionably one of the most common reasons why people fail in both the traditional system and the alternative system. The reason people fail. Okie dokie. So again, welcome. I thought I'd start up a little bit fired up today because I'm so tired. I've had some late nights looking after people, and you all know that I absolutely passionately love my job in helping people. My wife reminds me we still haven't had our honeymoon, and we're 8 years into a marriage, so I have to look at retirement soon, to be honest. Yes, I need to take a day off one day. The problem is when you enjoy the work that you do, it's not work. You do it because you love it and it's important. So today's topic is why did the cancer go? Why do some go quickly and some take a while? What cancers we have the best results in? So let me just copy this text and put it in front of me so I don't forget it. You know, the topics are a surprise to me every day because I write them down, things that I should cover, and then I cover them months later and forget. Reasons why cancers go so quick. So that example of the sperm is a perfect example that shows you a demonstration of imagine your microphages look similar to snails without a shell. Some people call them slugs. And they crawl around, and you can actually see them in a live blood analysis. They crawl around and look for problem areas, and whenever the cell is faulty, sick, weak, they actually completely surround the cell and absorb it. And that's it. There's nothing found afterwards. In the case of a tumor in the wall, they will start to slowly eat while the rest of the body starts to repair the area, and usually completely replace the area. If we're using some very aggressive therapies, it can actually leave a hollow spot or a hole where that tumor's disappeared. And so that's why you need hyperbaric and the other things that help complement recovery, especially with bone. You don't want to have a hole in your bones. That would not be good. It's happened. We had somebody with a 2-inch hole in below their hip. She wasn't diagnosed with any cancer in that area, and she had a pain in the hip the whole time. This is why I stress head to toe, do the full scans, because this lady, the breast cancer was gone. She had spine cancer that we knew of. Nobody ever went below the torso, and we did. We decided we'd do a full scan, and here she is. She's got a hole through her hip bone on the bottom area, a safe area to have a hole. Which must have been a tumor that completely dissolved. So please do your scans from head to toe and know what you're dealing with, okay? It's the reason people fail. It's the number one. I can finish this video now. How quick and important and short is that? And blunt. It's the reason people fail. So I've had people die waiting to come here. When I say that, they've said to me, "Oh, I'd like to come. I've got the money. I'm good to go, but let's wait for the next scan." And I said, "When's the next scan?" 2 months away. Well, number one, I don't know if I can fit you in because we have a maximum of 5 people here. And if people are intensive, so if you're stage 1 or 2, we have up to 5. If somebody is stage 4 or above, and you might say, "There's no stage 4. Well, that's not right, because I have a new measurement. Okay, so we recently had someone who came here with lymphoma, that also had prostate cancer, that also had lung cancer, that also had liver cancer, and also had bone cancer. So, how do you stage that? So, it's important to know what you've got before you start, so that you tackle everything in a structured manner and get rid of the biggest threat. So let's say you have a cancer in the spine and a cancer in the lung and liver. The spine is the number one, because you may end up a paraplegic when bones become cancerous, and you don't know about it till you get symptoms. You don't feel anything usually till it's too late. They're usually discovered by mistake. Sometimes people are lucky that they get a pain in the back, and the pain's not good, but if you get a pain, you at least know about it. If it's just in your vertebrae, ribs, unless you break a rib, you don't know about it. You really, really don't know about it. Very rarely is spine cancer painful, unless it's extremely deep and it's getting into the nerves. Excuse me while I sip my coffee. Yes, it is the one I spilled. It's only half full. Okay, so that's the number one. The number one reason. Number two is, it doesn't matter what path you choose to go on, you need to choose a system and get routine. It's the most important thing. If you're doing, God forbid, chemotherapy, which I don't believe is beneficial at all these days, when you can get rid of cancer so much easier with our targeted programs. But whatever you do, get your whole life in a routine. So if you're choosing to walk, you walk to a routine. So you're walking Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, or you're running, jogging, bicycling, exercising. You do gentle, slow, easy exercises to routine if you choose to do that. Why? Because if you feel great today and go and do an extra 2 hours or an extra 30 minutes on a bike, clean the house from the front to the back because you had a hormone imbalance that made you, I have to clean, I have to get this house clean. Whatever it is, everybody has different idiosyncrasies, yes? And so if you suddenly do more than you normally do, the next day you may bomb out, and you have a line of where you feel good. There's a line in the sand. You have that line, and that's where you feel good. If suddenly you get exhausted, and you're exhausted for a week, you may find, oh, I'm having a good day today, but that's way below what was a good day a week ago. You move the line. So by knowing where your line is, this is a routine and I feel good on this, or I feel what I feel, whatever that is, good, bad, or ugly, this is where I'm at. And so if you overdo something, you can say, oh, yesterday we went for x-rays, we're in the car for 2 hours driving, we were doing this, we were doing that, and you're tired and exhausted the next day. You can expect that. But if you're in routine and didn't do anything out of the ordinary and suddenly feel very weak, there's a problem. So routine enables you to pinpoint good, the bad, the ugly on a day-to-day basis. If there's something, wow, I ate some meat and it's taxed my body, I feel exhausted after that. I tossed and turned all night and couldn't sleep properly when I ate that. Don't eat it again. It's not agreeing with you at the moment. So by having a routine, you can listen to your body, and your body will tell you what to do. The biggest lesson, I was talking to one of our lovely clients this morning, and she said, I can't believe how good I feel and how I know now. I know if I eat something how I feel better or worse. I just know. I can feel my body. I just feel things differently. I know if something's agreeing with me or not agreeing with me. When she arrived here, she had allergies in almost everything she ate. Now she has no allergies. I hope we've fixed them and it's just not being in our facilities. She's had no allergic reaction, and this lady has reactions to everything from dust to even, she was diagnosed with being allergic to wind. So I guess the dust in the wind, it doesn't seem logical to be allergic to wind, but they done a whole lot of tests and she's allergic to everything. So she's had absolutely no problem since she's been here. And her friend arrived yesterday who was here her first month, took a month back to the US and came back. And she looks like a new woman. She looks $1 million. She looks fantastic, healthy, and God willing, we get her results in the coming weeks, and I'll share those with you if she gives me permission. And if what we see on the outside is on the inside, amen. God is powerful and almighty. And we say thank you to Him. Thank you to Him for guiding us. Okie dokie. The next thing that I would say. So let me bring you across to what I'm looking at. So this is on our Facebook, and this was the promotional the promotion about this webinar. This actual tumor is very small. You can see how big it was, and it's very small. This is actually a lady who came here for a breast cancer and did not know that she had a brain tumor. So yeah, sad that it wasn't checked. So we now have a policy: when you arrive, we check everything. We check everything. So when you arrive, if you didn't do it before you arrived here, we will do a full body scan. We want to know what we're dealing with. We've had too many cases where people have had things that we didn't know about. So after the routine, the next thing is make sure that you're getting the foundation of nutrition. Really, really important. And I'm talking about having it like a shake, a milkshake. You can call it what you like. You don't have to use dairy products, especially if you have hormone-related tumors. I would not use any dairy products. You could use almond milk. You can make your own, buy your almonds, soak them the night before, vitamize them the next day. Beautiful. Put in some colostrum as a good healthy protein. Put in essential fatty acids. So you can buy Udo's, UDO apostrophe S, Udo's oil is one of the best oils on the market. Flaxseed oil is very good if you can't find Udo's oil. And whatever the recommended dose is, if they say take 10 or 20 mil, take 30 to 40 mil. Essential fatty acids are important for every cell function in your body, but the most important thing is they are used to carry heavy metals out of the body. So when you're suddenly taking antioxidants, if you do not have the ingredient of essential fatty acids, and they're dissolving, like vitamin C will dissolve heavy metals, but they need to be carried out of the body. So you need essential fatty acids to complete the process of elimination. And those things don't give you diarrhea or you don't notice anything different. But it's about good fats and not bad fats. And a lot of fat. Fat is good. Very, very important for all of the functions in your body, including avoiding edema and so on. So you can also buy greens, you can buy berries. Don't buy them in supplements, okay? There's a lot of companies selling supplements and they're fine. But you want spoonfuls of these products. You need, one spoonful is equivalent to a big plate of vegetables. So you want 2 or 3, you want to eat a lot of vegetables without eating a lot of vegetables. So having spoonfuls of these dried powders that you can buy all over the world, different brands, and I recommend changing brands on a regular basis for the purpose of if you take one brand and there happens to be one thing slipping into their system that's not good, at least if you're changing from month to month, it's a better thing. If you find when you have any of these, like make a special shake, I would strongly recommend that you have that every day in the morning as a breakfast, an hour later, so let that go through your system, 1 to 2 hours. So have that on waking up, do your routine in the morning, your shower, whatever it is, and then if you're hungry, have a breakfast. Get that into your first thing, so it's getting your body's in the morning has gone 10 hours without any food, minimum of 2 or 3 hours before you went to bed, no eating. Get to bed early, routine, and then when you wake up in the morning, a glass of water, healthy water with a squeeze of lemon. Wait 15 minutes, make the shake and have the shake. You need to drink that fresh. You need to vitamize it for the minimum amount of time because that's oxidizing. It's taking out there's a university in Australia that done a survey on fruit juice and the orga juices to a vitamizer, which was the more aggressive type, putting all the juice in the vitamizer and then straining it. The vitamized product had 1% of the nutritional value of the non-vitamized one. Like, that's a major difference. It's like you're drinking sweet water, basically. So the way you handle food is vitally important. So just remember that. Give me a thumbs up if you're doing that. Are you doing that at home? You should be. Okay. So they're the three main things, and I covered them in more detail yesterday on the video. Now I'm going to cover what cancers do we get the best results with, and then I'm going to cover what therapies work on what type of cancers. And in saying that, always, in my opinion, if you've got a fire, you throw everything at it that's available. Yes, every single thing that you've got that's available, you throw at it. Because it's easier to beat this thing once and get rid of it than it is to take vitamin B17. That didn't work, so let's wait and we'll try this, and that didn't work. But when you combine the two, 1 + 1 = 3 or 4 or 5, depending on you and your condition, it's much better. So nutrition, baseline, therapy 1. Therapy 2, vitamin B17. Vitamin B17, a lot of people taking it wrong. Did you know vitamin B17 has 5 other ingredients, 5 that you need to take with it that are important, and it won't work if you don't take them? Oh, nobody told you that. You need enzymes, lots and lots of enzymes. You need zinc. Zinc carries it in the blood. You need essential fatty acids, and so on. So if you're doing our home program, we write down the formula for you based on your cancer, based on 20 years of refining the research. We give you a recommended nutritional regime, which is easy to follow, affordable. You rebuy all the products locally in the US or in Australia or England. Wherever you are, you can buy the products. It's not difficult. The vitamin B17 we can get to you in Australia, England. In Australia, there's a special procedure to import vitamin B17, so you have to go down that path. There are people selling what they call vitamin B17, but it's not vitamin B17. It's apricot kernels that they've ground up, put in a supplement, but there's only a small amount of B17 in those. And it's okay to do that. If that's the best you can get, do it. If you can get apricot kernels, do them as well as your supplements. Strongly recommended. But just keep in mind, the tablets are stronger. So the pure vitamin B17 as a kernel, you take 1 per hour and increase every day, 2 per hour, maybe for 5 or 6 hours, 3, and somewhere along the line you get some nausea. That's your level. Back down to when there's no nausea. That might be 10 for you. Maybe I had one lady 60. Then divide the 60 into 3 and take 3 times a day. That's how you work out how to take your kernels. If you're doing kernels, tablets, and or injections, you just take a few, maybe 5 to 10 kernels a day, and take the tablets up to 6 a day, depending on your body size. But you increase slowly. If you have nausea, you back down. You should have no symptoms. Some people can only take 1 a day, especially O blood type. It seems the B blood type can take a lot more than the O blood type. And AB, it's a mix. They can get around 2 or 3 in. So the B17, enzymes, zinc. There's some other things there on that protocol sheet. I can't remember them. I'm not doing it deliberately. I can't remember. If you're going to do it, you need to do it properly, yes? Oh, I'm going to have a barbecue today, but I left the meat at home. Okay, you got a problem, haven't you? I'm going to cure my cancer, but I missed the important ingredient in the formula. A big mistake. Because what have you got in the house? A fire that's growing out of control, and it's spreading. And every day you screw around with this damn thing, it's getting ahead of you. So don't play games with it, okay? Get the formulas correct. People say, I want to save $1 here, $1 there. I know it's tough. It's not easy, especially if you've been out of work because of the cancer. It's hard, but get some support before it gets big. Get some help before the fire's taken over half the house. It's really, really pricelessly important advice I'm giving you there, because I live and have the crying people on the phone that are all saying, if only I knew, if only someone told me, they could be in a very different position today. Okay, so B17 is so affordable. It's the tablets are $80 to $100. A packet of 90 tablets, I think, are in there. Usually the number of tablets gives you a guide of the quantity that you should be taking. So 90 tablets tells you that the average dose is 3. In supplements, if you're doing a wellness program for liver and it says 2 twice a day, to get rid of a problem in the liver, you take double. You can usually double safely. Always, if you've got a nutritional expert to guide you, always take their advice, not mine, because they've got your whole picture. I'm just telling you just generally what I think, what I would be doing for me and or my family. Okay. So that's the B17. The next therapy, which is important to understand, which I think is the second best therapy on the planet, and that is GcMAF, MAF. A lot of details, peer-reviewed studies on our website. It's made from colostrum. There's some cheap brands of this are available on the market. You can't make it cheaply. It's an expensive product, so I would be very careful what I'm buying at the moment. There's products in Australia that I'm hearing of, and the people aren't getting visually what I would expect to see happen in a month, 2 months. People are not getting those results. It might be good product. I do not know if they're doing something else wrong, but I just think that it's very, very important that you're spending money on a product. It doesn't matter what you spend if you get the result right. If you're spending on the right product and you get a result, that's important. Because if you're putting in all that effort, somebody's selling fruit and veggies outside. Fresh vegetables, everybody. Give me your order. So the GcMAF needs to be taken with vitamin D. You need to take, when you're doing your blood test next time, you need your B12 and you need your vitamin D levels and your iron levels. When they do your liver function, you get iron levels anyway. You need to get them in the top area to avoid becoming anemic and to keep your body strong. Some of the biggest problems people have is becoming anemic because the cancer's making so many cells, it takes away your iron. Iron lowers your energy and causes your blood count to possibly drop. The next big problem is having low protein levels. The protein that needs to be replaced is the same as an egg white. You can have egg white powder, you can have meringue, you can have eggs, but that protein is so important to stay up. If it goes too low, out of range, you will start to get edema, fluid. You can't fix the fluid if you don't fix the protein. And it's far better to have eggs every day and never run out of the protein and never get edema than end up with edema. Priceless little cherry, that one. Important. Okay. Okay, so I'm talking about GcMAF. So GcMAF, the good thing about that is you can take it orally, you can inject it around the outside of bone tumors, and they can disappear in 6 weeks to 2 months. Like, yes, I've seen it, and I've had it happen to people. And so without a doubt, I do not take the recommended doses that are out there. I'm injecting people with 10 to 20 times the recommended daily dose. This is a product that they recommend Monday and Friday. I do Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And instead of 0.2 mil, I'll put up to 10 mil into somebody with a lot of tumors. And so people ask, how come he's getting results and I'm not? People are going to other places. They're paying $20,000 to $30,000 for 21 days, and they're getting 0.2 mil of GcMAF. Like, come on! If you have a lot of cancer, the nagalase that the cancer is giving off is neutralizing your immune system, putting your macrophages to sleep. You need more than a water pistol to put out that fire. You need more than a water pistol. Yes, more than a water pistol to put out a fire in your house. And so if you had a tiny little tumor, you'd maybe put 1 mil around it, but who wants to be fighting this thing for a year? You need to get rid of this in months. 3 to 6 months, you need to be cancer-free. If you come here, our goal is to have you cancer-free in 3 months. And so don't delay. Don't put a little. If you're on a low budget, hit it hard for the first 2 weeks. Then you can back off to lower amounts, but hit it hard. Get that thing on the back burner. Get it going. When you feel it shrinking, then you can back off slightly. But hit it until you see it shrinking. Hit it very, very hard. Get that fire out, and then you can use a little water pistol to get the smoldering embers to be put out, okay? So that's number 2. Let me go on to my website. Cancer therapies. Okay, so we covered GcMAF. Okay, a very, very important, so I told you GcMAF is the number 1 in the world. The next one is cesium high pH therapy, that I refer to only as high pH therapy. Why? Well, people talk about cesium as being important, but if you understand the research, which I got from Keith Brewer in the USA after he passed away, I purchased all of his research papers over 15 years ago, and we've refined it. There was a lot of problem with nausea, heart arrhythmia, and so on. We don't have any of those problems now. It's very, very well refined, and through observation and tweaking, people are hungry after they have IPH therapy. So there's no problem that were there 15 years ago, and some bad things that were written by one doctor. It's not a problem anymore at all. Okay, so importantly in the high pH therapy is rubidium, gold, silver, copper, zinc, 15 other minerals. Actually, there's closer to 25-30 minerals in the total protocol. When you add in our shake, it's probably 90 minerals, but concentrated levels of cesium, rubidium, gold, silver, copper, zinc, and quite a few more. So what does this do? Cancer feeds on sugar. Cancer survives by eating sugar. You might say, okay, I'll stop eating sugar. You always have your blood level is always the same. Your body keeps it the same. If you starve completely of sugar, it'll take it from your muscle. It'll turn your own protein into sugar to survive. Your body's clever. It's a computer. And so what does this do? It changes the pH of the area of the cancer and is uptaken only by the cancer and is surrounded by the cancer. It is carried to the cancer area because the formula has a little tiny bit of sugar in it. Just like when you're having a CT scan with contrast, they radioactive the sugar, and the sugar is uptaken by the tumors, and then they can see it on the scan. So we use the same trick. We have a sugar base, IV, that is full of these products, and it absorbed the products, and they bind together, and they travel along like a magnet. They are attracted to the cancer. The cancer's pH is changed. It can no longer ferment the sugar into energy, and as a result, they die. They die really quickly. If it's very, very fast growing, they will go quickly. If it's a slow growing tumor, they will take longer. That's just the nature of the beast. There's nothing we can do to change that. But the good news is the fire's going out. Day one, cancer will stop growing in more than 90%. And the only ones that we have tested that it didn't work on is small cell tumors. Somebody has a small cell tumor, it won't work. They're usually tumors that are testicle related, but they can be other tumors can be small cell. We've only had a few cases, and if we have somebody with 4 or 5 tumors and one of the tumor doesn't alter whatsoever, I would put money on it that it's a small cell cancer, different from the other tumors. So high pH therapy, it's a priceless therapy. You can't do it at home. Don't ring me. It's dangerous. It needs. I sit and hold your hand every minute the IV's running. I'm there with you daily. Very different than other places where you see the doctor once a month if you're lucky. That's what I'm told. I don't go to those places. But with us, I'm with you every day for 14 days, week off, 14 days, week off, 14 days. Every day. Weekend, public holidays, Christmas, every day. Cancer does not take a holiday, and neither will we. And we will fight with you every day to get rid of this thing. So the high pH therapy, also referred to cesium therapy, but it's not. It's high pH. It's a cocktail of products. So that's a quick summary of the main 3 therapies. The other things that we have a beneficial, of course, is ozone therapy, and we choose different people that it's more beneficial than others. We have a cocktail of IV therapies that we run, like a lot. And those therapies designed to fight cancer. So we do them in addition to the special targeted therapies that are uniquely available through us. We also run the other commonly used therapies from around the world every day. Sometimes 2 to 3 different formulas a day of IV therapies. Hyperbaric oxygen is good for recovery. So if somebody's strong enough to get in and out of the chamber, which represents 75% of the people who come here, hyperbaric oxygen we do for up to 2 hours a day, every day. Magnetic pulse, PEMF, magnetic pulse, is good at attracting the macrophage to an area. So if we put this close to the area of a tumor, it will cause macrophage to move into that area and help get rid of the tumors quickly. Photobiomodulation, it's a new therapy that we have now. Let me get this over to here. Close that one. Okay, I can't see. I presume you can all see what I'm showing you. Okay, so this therapy is. I need 2 screens. It's time to get two screens. So here, this is our website. You find this under this link here, our services, and it's all explained, and very beneficial to put around organs, not directly onto a tumor unless you know the tumor is going. Once you know the tumor is going, you can use this, but when you have a new tumor, no. Put it around other areas, but not directly onto the area of the tumor until you're confident that the tumor is going, and or you're doing the therapies we're doing. I wouldn't have a problem with somebody using this. It penetrates up to 4 centimeters, up to 10 centimeters, up to 4 inches. Very, 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 very beneficial. Back to services. Magnetic pulse. Colon hydrotherapy, people love it. We have a laugh before anyone does it. I always say, use the biggest tube on that person. They're being cheeky. But we do have different size tube. It's actually better to use the bigger tube, because if you're on pain medicine and you're bound up, it will allow you to have a better result in cleaning out. We ozonate plasma and can inject that into joints. We have massages on demand, so anytime. Some people love them, some people don't. I do a bit of a massage to get to know all of your body and to understand what's going on. And then we have professional massage people who come in and do massages from time to time. I'll often do a massage after I've put the GcMAF in your spinal area. You might say, oh, I only have it in my cancer in my breast. We will put GcMAF everywhere we think the cancer's got the ability to move to. Why? Because the last thing you want is metastasized tumors. So we need your whole body to be strong and protected. Let me share a story with you with one man who had cancer in the ribs. He had cancer in the stomach, a little in the liver, and in the spine, and he was about to become a paraplegic. 6 weeks of injecting into his spine, the tumors in the spine completely disappeared, and so that was the start of his recovery. And they said he would be a paraplegic if he done our program. He would become a paraplegic. He needed to do radiation. I would have predicted that was a changing point in his history, and he would have ended up a paraplegic as a result of the radiotherapy. Of course, we do blood tests. We do them every week, and anytime there's a complication or problem, we have an ECG machine in-house. We do live blood analysis once a week. Q2 energy foot spa increases the electrical current and energy levels of every cell. We use the RIFE. Many of you may not have heard of the RIFE, but if you search RIFE, you'll see all of the information on that. Okie dokie, and all of our details to contact us there is at the bottom of the website. We've also added on the contact us page. You can click on this, and you can today make an appointment with me. Choose the one you want, a short chat, 15 minutes, 1 hour. You want the whole family to come online and talk to me, click that one, make the appointment. It's pretty simple. Pick the day and pick the time, and I'll be there, and we will have our consultation and we'll get you on track. How hard is that? It's not hard at all, is it? It's very easy. The other option is ring the number here. In the US, if you're outside the US, add +1. Ring the number, and the ladies there will send an email to me that you called and give me your details, and we'll have a chat and see if you qualify for our program. If you don't, you'll learn a lot, and it doesn't cost you anything. It's free, and most people get a lot out of the consultation. They go away with some instructions on what to do, what I know is the best thing for you to do. You might say, why do I do that for free? I just enjoy helping people, and I want you to become cancer free. I don't want you to be fighting this thing. So the stroke, the cancer therapies are here. We have an amazing program for stroke. We also help people with autism, especially young children. Details on our company there, our guarantee. The guarantee is if we know what your tumors are before you come here, we will, if the cancer is not gone, you'll just pay per cycle of treatment, which is 3 weeks. You'll just pay a fee to cover accommodation and out of pockets, the blood tests and all of those things, and you can stay longer. You do not pay we're not the cheapest therapist in the world, but we're unique. You're getting one-on-one. You're not seeing the doctor and just having nurses give you 0.2 mil. Sorry, it's not funny. It's actually sad. Where are we here? Here, back to the camera. Okay, this is what I call really, really sad. People come here and they've spent $60,000 to $100,000 on 1 to 1.5 months, and they're getting 0.2 mil injected just above the belly button, nowhere near the cancer, not in the vein. Obviously, the product they got is not IV grade, so by putting it in that area, it has a chance for the immune system to fix it before it gets in your blood. Because if it was a sterile product, it would be going in your vein. Really, really sad that people spending that much money and not getting a good service. It doesn't matter what it costs. At the end of the day, it matters that you at least have a chance for the tumors to go away. 0.2 mil when people have got a lot of cancer, it's not enough of GcMAF. So they do GcMAF and B17 in a bag and a little bit of vitamin C. The next thing I'll tell you is if you mix vitamin C in an IV and you mix it with B17, the B17 is completely destroyed. There is zero benefit. The cancer fighting properties of the B17 will be destroyed by the vitamin C. Why? I do not know. How do I know? Because in Australia, when I used to only do this as a once a month workshop to help people with cancer, we had two groups, two places who offered treatment. One mixed the vitamin C and the other didn't. The only thing that was different between the two, both groups of doctors were friends. One never got a result in the 5 years that I was doing that, and one did get a result. Hit and miss, but got results where people became cancer free. So as a result of that, it's very clear, the evidence that I've observed over 5 years of people who were doing my program, and I was saying, these are the two doctors, choose the one that you go to. And they went to the one closest to them naturally, and we found that there was just a major difference in outcomes. So do not mix B17 in the same bag. B17 can be injected directly into a vein, doesn't need to be diluted, but I'm happy if they put it in it cost $1, yes, a 100 ml bag of saline or saccharose sugar. And you might say, I don't want sugar. Well, I think things like that are cancer fighting, to put them in a bag of sugar, it's only a low amount of sugar, it's a very tiny amount. It's got a benefit that it will carry the product directly to the tumor. I think there's a big benefit in that, a big benefit. And lowers the salt intake, which reduces the risk of fluid build-up in the body. So there are a lot of benefits in it. And it's the equivalent of a quarter of a spoon of sugar in a cup of coffee. If you eat anything, there would be more sugar in it. So that's it. That's the main cover of the therapies. How are we going time-wise? 52. I've got 8 minutes to finish under an hour. Can we do it today? What cancers go quickly? What cancers do we get the best results with? Well, it's a mixed bag. We're getting results with all tumors except small cell tumors. We've had, in the last 2 years, we've had people that we've completely gotten rid of their tumors and found they had a tumor in a different location. So that's why I swear that getting this GcMAF injected in the location is very, very important. The formula to get rid of a brain tumor is different than the formula to get rid of a liver cancer, and it's different for a formula to get rid of in the bone and so on. So we need to know what type of cancer and where it is to get the best outcomes. So fast-growing cancers go quickly if you move quickly. If you move slowly, and let's wait till next month and see what the blood results are. By the time the month comes, that cancer's already doubled in size, you're in trouble. So speed, action. You're going into a short-time war. You're having a fight with this thing, and you need to get rid of it quickly. And if you tackle it like that, you just put everything in. People say it costs too much. 2 or 3 years fighting this with chemotherapy, not being able to work, earn money, or do anything for 3 years. That's going to cost you more than any program you do anywhere around the world. So get onto it. Insurance doesn't cover alternative therapies. The most common question I get, will my insurance cover it? No. It's possible that with our doctor's referral for some of the scans, you could get some of that money back. But I don't make any promises on that, because the truth is I don't like using the government or insurance companies or anything, because it just attracts badness. In Australia, we never, ever, ever used insurance for anyone. And they had insurance for their blood work. We paid for it, included in the program. We never claimed anything on insurance. Because they don't like, they hate alternative therapists. So but if you use their money, they're going to attack you. So I prefer to stay away from that. So the highest success rate would be the brain, working down all the head, the esophageal, inside the esophagus, bones, lungs, breast, working down. The lowest success rate would be, I say this with tongue in cheek because we have somebody at the moment with metastasized colon cancer, and we pray to God, it looks like, and we pray everything is gone, so I don't want to jinx that. But my wife had colon cancer and it completely disappeared. But colon cancer, why would it be a low success rate? Is because it's usually advanced much more than people know. Why? Because the colon doesn't uptake the contrast when you have a scan. So if they find some, you usually got a lot more because it just doesn't show everything that you got. And that's a problem, a big problem. We've had a person with a baseball, bigger than a tennis ball sized tumor that they didn't even know they had. We had another person that thought they had a little bit left, and they ended up having surgery here. Their whole colon, 10 days after arriving here, the whole colon was completely full of small tumors on the whole thing. And we have it on video. So again, didn't show in the scan here, didn't show in the US, didn't show in Russia. But when they opened up, they saw it, and people go, they just can't believe it. We get it videoed. We know what you have, and we show you. So that's the issue, is knowing exactly what you're dealing with. How big is the fire? How many rooms does it spread to? Which is the best way of tackling this? If it's heading towards the house, you can use water bombers, water cannons. People cutting the grass to make a fire break. Same in your body. If you know you've got a couple of small tumors, you can tackle that with some injections of GcMAF, some nutritional diet, B17. You can do that at home. If it's not working, you need to come and get the heavy duty things onto it as soon as possible. So look at that. I finished under an hour. Amen. So I send blessings. May the power of the Lord be with you. May you be strong. May this information help you. May what you're looking for be what came in today, because I don't have a pre-recorded information for you. Someone asked me about taking hydrogen peroxide. Okay, you're taking that to oxygenate your body. Hopping on a bike will do you more good. Exercise while you're breathing in oxygen is apparently as good as hyperbaric medicine. So put the oxygen machine on, run it at the normal 10 liters or whatever it is, and hop on the bike, do 5 or 10 minutes. Very, very powerful. But you can do that if you like, that's fine. Will that work against antioxidants was the question? No. I don't think the power of that is I'm not saying it's not beneficial. I think there are other things that are more important, and that's for another video. The order of importance is how do you do things, when, why, and it just you see a craftsman, you can have two mechanics, but one guy just like he can put something onto a motor and say, I can hear your crankshaft has got a bearing that's gone in it. What happens when you've been looking at things in a positive way, listening and observing? Unlike an oncologist, you go and see the oncologist, sends you somewhere to do chemotherapy. You see him only every 3 months or whenever after each round. He doesn't hold your hand till you die or you make it, so he doesn't know. He's just I think a mechanic is better. Your general practitioners are order takers for pharmaceuticals. They're nothing more or less than that. They're very intelligent people who have been taught to choose a supplement, medication that is peer-reviewed and believed in by the medical system only. They will never tell you to take a vitamin or a nutritional supplement. That's why if you get sick, you need to go to the vet. The vet will be more helpful to you than your local doctor. But I won't say any more. You know it. You know the truth. You know that that's a fact. You know. These guys are just following a system, automatic protocol, and you're all individuals, and that's important. We're here to help you on an individual basis. I can have 10 people with breast cancer, none of them will have the same IV. Only the first couple of days, and then we modify it because they're all different, have different reactions, different other problems. Your list of, if I said, give me your 5 biggest health challenges, yours will be different than somebody else's. You're all individuals. The reason you got this, for psychological reasons, for environmental reasons. They're all different. And that's why the plan needs to be designed for you as an individual. So with that, I'll sign off, say God bless, do your homework, read the website, make the effort to make a call. I don't bite, only on Saturdays. As a Seventh-day Adventist, you will not get me on a Saturday. Very rarely, unless it's to save your life. I'll do anything to save your life. Until we catch up, God bless, have a great day, and become cancer-free soon. Bye for now. I forgot where the camera was. Again, bye for now.
He was scheduled for an operation on the 3rd of August, and when they opened him up they found that he had cancer on his liver as well as the esophagus, so they just closed him up and sent him home and said that there was nothing they could do for him apart from trying chemo or radiotherapy. Gordon lost a lot of weight. He lost 30 kilos in about 30 days, which was fairly scary.
I was lucky I had it to spare.
We found out about Paul through a friend who knew Paul, and we made an appointment. We only had to wait about a week to get in to see him, and he explained his program to us, and so we went 100% with Paul's program.
The first 21 days of the program were pretty tough. The first week especially, because we didn't know how we're going to go with all these vegetables and all the juice. There's only so many ways you can have vegetables. And we thought, how are we going to get over this? It's going to be extremely boring, but going through a lot of little books and cookbooks and things, we managed to do it. And the first 21 days is hard, but once you get over that, you're laughing. Well, since I started this program, I've been taking off all my medication, which is blood pressure, what was the others? Diabetes,
and
antidepressant, asthma, puffer, I had sleep apnea. It's all gone. And so now all I have is an aspirin for headache occasionally, and all my other medication is finished.
And we've stuck with that program, and 5-6 months after he was diagnosed, he then got the CT scan to say that he was cancer free.
Paul gives you an insight into how you can look after your body, and with his help he guides you through your different things, your diet and so forth, so you can look after your body, and it's worked for me. I was terminally ill, and now I'm on top of the world.
Cancer researcher, Dr. Pablo has spent years researching the research on cancer therapies. Many specialists are using one alternative therapy or another, when traditional therapies have failed. Vitamin B17 and vitamin C in high doses are common. Microphage activating factor, autoimmunotherapy is available, but not internationally. High pH therapy is exclusively available at Atlantis Health Retreat. We combine the above and more when designing your personalized program. We then add hyperbaric oxygen, detoxing and relaxation massages, and a whole lot more. The best way to explain this program is 2 + 2 in this case equals 10 out of 10. We understand time is always of the essence, and have a philosophy to leave no stone unturned. Go to our website link below to learn more. Exclusively available at Atlantis Health Retreat.
A new program for people who have had a stroke is offering hope. Etanercept. This is a drug used for many years with autoimmune type diseases like arthritis, and is considered a safe medication. This is an off-label therapeutic strategy designed to inhibit TNF tumor necrosis factor. Basically, TNF may be causing ongoing inflammation in the brain. Understanding that mode of action. Atlantis Health Retreat has designed a 5-week program. 2 weeks of IV therapies to detox and improve circulation, hyperbaric oxygen daily to accelerate healing, massages and rehabilitation exercising, and a whole lot more. Then a week's rest. The etanercept spinal fluid injection. Done by our anesthesiologist, the spinal injection may be done once at the end of the 2nd week and also at the end of the 4th week, along with many other therapies based on your case. To learn more, visit the website or call the number on the screen.
Hi everyone, Dr. Pablo here. I hope you're having a great day. I haven't had a chance to contact anybody over the last 6 weeks. It's been a very busy couple of months with Atlantis Salute Spa is booked out at the moment. We've filled every room in the 2nd month, and it's been a challenging month, but a great month, and we're doing well. So my office has been upgraded, so a little quick look around if you want. Lots of yummy goodies, yes? Okay, so let's talk about questions I've been having from people over the last month. I have a lot of people asking about diet. The diet we recommend is fairly simple. It's Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, mainly vegetarian. I like to add tuna into as many dishes as you can. Tuna is really good for you. Calcium, essential fatty acids, and all the other benefits. So mainly vegetarian on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Tuesday is fish, deep sea red fish where possible. And Thursday is chicken. We try Saturday or Sunday to have lamb and one day off where you do whatever you like. It's a beautiful day here on the beach in Ecuador. There was an earthquake last night. So our thoughts and prayers go out to the people who were in or close to the earthquake, and we hope you're safe and you heal quickly. Okay, GcMAF. There's been some issues with the supplier from Japan, and not mentioning any names, but we had 2 people hospitalized with the product, so we're not using that anymore. We're getting our own made now, a German company with cooperation with an England company. Together they're making it. You have to buy $50,000 lots at a time. It's quite expensive, the process to make it, and it's uneconomical to make any less than that. So if you need supplies of that, we have no problem shipping around the world. Let us know. Orders are processed 6 weeks, sometimes earlier, but up to 6 weeks you need to allow for that. So if you need product, order it, and we'll get it to you as quickly as possible. We send a kit which includes 1 vial of 50 ml vial and 1 cream, and that's about 2 months supply to 3 months. If you've only got 1 cancer, it's longer. If you've got cancer in 5 or 6 places, you're going to be injecting in more places, so you're going to go through it quicker. So that varies from person to person. We still strongly recommend a nutritional regime, especially one to maintain your weight and prevent weight loss. And one of the biggest issues we have with the people who have come here from other programs out there, example the Gerson program, they have absolutely no muscle left. All the muscle has deteriorated to nothing. They have no strength. So it makes it very hard for them to have inner will. You know, their will gets weaker, everything gets weaker. So I'm not saying the Gerson program's a bad program. Please, I used to teach it. I made some observations, and that is all blood type it never works for, never have any benefit except they die quickly. Dr. Gerson, if you read his original book before they've rewritten it, it had in there that he never successfully cured 1 O blood type. So you need to be aware of that. That's why I changed my philosophy to eat to the blood type.
and recognize the differences between all of us. We're all individuals and we all need daily changes to the regime that you do. We change the IV here every day based on what I'm feeling and the feedback and what I'm observing with the clientele. So hopefully in a month or two we have some exciting news from these clients to share with you. What else? We will be able to take on maybe 1 or 2 more clients between now and December. The earlier you get in, the better. We will not be taking on any clients. I think in January we'll be closing for a little while to make some upgrades and changes. So just be aware of that possibility, and if you're thinking of coming onto our program, you need to move quickly. We don't like to let people down, but we also won't take you on unless we can get a result. We like 3 months gives us the best chance to get a result. These places who offer you 1 month and then send you home with tablets and say good luck, it's just not good enough. I want to send you home cancer-free, so that's our goal and our commitment and our drive is to do that. And I know in 3 months we have the best results with the most stubborn cancers. If it's going to work, you need 3 months to get it all out of your system. So, okay, it's just a quick video today. I just wanted to let you know, hey, we're still here and I'm fine, and my clients are doing really well. Some of you don't know that somebody very close to me was diagnosed also with bowel cancer, and in 2 months the cancer mark is completely gone. So God bless Jesus for guiding us and helping us do the right thing for that person. We're going to continue another few months of treatment to be safe and to ensure that the little monster doesn't come back. And everyone else here is doing really great. We've got a new chef who's doing fantastic, slowly evolving to the keto diet, and eat your blood type with that in the background. So you can download an app for Eat Your Blood Type, and the most important part of it is the things to avoid, is my highest recommendation. Okay, so I'm reasonably available on the weekends at the moment, so if you can please email me if you've been waiting for me to contact you. It's been a really busy few months with the new opening of our facility, relocating, setting up, getting all the medical equipment and so on into Ecuador. Is such a challenge, but we succeeded. We have people here from 7 nations at the moment. 7. And that's exciting too, and the dynamics of that are exciting, and learning other people's cultures is fun. So anyway, cancer doesn't know borders, so it doesn't matter where you're from. We will find a way to help you if you need help and you're interested in coming here. Okay, so I'll give you a quick look around and then I'll sign off with a prayer, saying thank you, Jesus, our Lord, for all the blessings, for the guidance and the beautiful world that you've provided us. Help those who don't know yet the right way to fight cancer, who are seeking knowledge. I try my best to make myself available to the 30 to 40 emails I get every day with questions. And I'm really looking to bring here people who have got advanced bone cancer, cancers that are located high in the body, in the bone. So I get the best results with those. So please, Jesus, help all of those people find what they're looking for, find the right person to help them become cured, whether it's us or somebody else around the world. Give them the knowledge and the power and the strength to stay away from the chemotherapy options and look for the more natural options, because it is my 20 years of experience. I can say with all of my heart that the nutritional therapies that we use are without a doubt the best way to tackle cancer. The problem with those that have tried to do these therapies before is they do it for 1 month or 2 months. It's not enough. It takes 3 months. Basically, you're holding the cancer, the mongrel, I call it, under the water, as if you're drowning it. And every time you take a day off or 2 days off, you're giving it the opportunity to breathe. And as a result, it gets another breath and it comes back to life, and you've got to start again. But I don't take a day off. I don't give it a chance to breathe. And together, Lord, guide me and guide everybody to find the solution they need for their type of cancer. Protect the people in the earthquake zone, help them heal and find shelter, and help the world lean towards a better place and help each other and work together to make this beautiful planet, this gift you gave us, an even better place than it is today. Amen.